Ray?
24 hours ago,
Ray?
Ray Bowyer announced that he wanted to leave Taransay and the Castaway 2000 project.
You're not going to let me in?
His reasons remain a mystery. During his time on the island, he's worked and played hard.
You wouldn't trust any of the youngsters.
What? I'd end up in bloody hospital like the rest of them.
But he's also been at the centre of controversy.
Sit down! Ray! Stop it! Now! Ray! Sit down now! Ray! Sit down!
Today, the supply boat's due to arrive and Ray's decided he'll use it to return to the mainland.
How can you leave this, Ray?
Especially just when things are getting easier and better.
So we're not going to have to say goodbye to you today?
No, not today. Weather's too nice. And we've got about 4 tea bags left, so I'm staying.
You're going to stay?
No.
Yeah.
Ray's departure is on everyone's minds, but so are some new arrivals.
Well, it's all happening here again. We had the pigs arrive at the weekend, which was just the most amazing thing.
They came in on a great big boat, which was like almost like a military landing craft.
Pat had organised a pig transporter vehicle.
I might come up and have a weekend in the box in July.
All the fishing you'll miss.
Just when the fishing was going to start. Ready? Really? Yep. 2, 3, and swing to the left. That's it. Okay.
Brilliant idea, this. Really brilliant idea. We've done 50 yards in 20 minutes.
While the pigs are being coaxed towards their new home, Ray's sorting out his old one.
Can you just go through what you're going to give away?
Yeah, well, I'm giving young Mikey, you know, the old United poster and cupboard. Jodine the mirror. All my other stuff's been given away, you know. Natasha's had out toffees and most of the kids have had them. And what stuff I had, I just whacked it out. Finished all the beer, so... I just wish all the community a good 10 months of what's left of the year.
That was excellent. What an achievement, eh? Was that first class or not?
It was just superb. It was amazing. You know, well done, Pat. Isn't he brilliant?
And every so often one of them would get a zap on their nose from the electric fan. So it was a bit sort of sadistic, but it was very funny.
Will I eat bacon? Will I eat pork? Of course I'll eat bacon and pork. It's absolutely beautiful.
With the pigs safely in their pen, the boat can return to the mainland. But it leaves without Ray. And no one's sure why.
He seems to be walking round the village randomly, doing strange acts and putting the wind up people. So, just keep an eye on him at the moment.
What do you think's wrong, Gunnar?
I don't know, I just feel there's something wrong. I don't know, there's something wrong. And things aren't going the way he's planning, and so that's what he does. He loses it a bit when things don't go the way he wants them to. It's just not a nice feeling. Just...
You don't trust him?
I just don't like the feeling he gives out, no.
Overnight, 2 unexplained events have disturbed the castaways.
There were a couple of strange incidents. One of them was a hammer had been deliberately smashed through a tin of paint in the middle of the night.
It must have taken such frustration and anger to actually do that. It's really quite worrying.
And the second one really annoyed me. Someone had left both of the gates to the pig enclosure open.
So it looks as though we have a saboteur in our midst.
Not a pig in sight. This was like, I mean, that's how we shot it last night. You can feel that, can't you? And it wouldn't even blow. The furthest it'll blow is that. Now look at that gate. That gate is absolutely rock solid tight. And to get that gate open, you've got to press. Oh, I'm struggling to get it undone. Really struggling. No way, and that was like that. Quick, have a look in. They're all asleep in there. Aren't they lovely?
The question is, who would do something like that? And it has to be for one of 2 reasons. Firstly, someone with a grudge against the community as a whole, or secondly, someone who wants to create drama. I hope it was no one here.
Well, I can honestly say it wasn't me.
We're not saying it was, Ray.
Well,
I'm not saying it was Ray. But it certainly, I know it's one thing, it wasn't a pig and it wasn't the weed.
Honestly,
Yeah.
on my mother's...
It's all right, Ray, never crossed your mind, no.
No, well, somebody might
thinking
be,
about it was anybody.
somebody might be trying to put blame on me, but honestly, I would never dream of doing anything like that.
I wouldn't accuse anybody.
I think we should find that person immediately and we should just eject them from the island. But we're never going to do that, are we?
I think we just say that it was a freak gust of wind that opened them both and leave it there.
And Ben's just said, well, it's probably an accident. Well, you know, that's absolute tosh because there's just no accidents like that.
We have nothing else to talk about, Tanya. This is like amazing for us. This would be the front page of the Tarrant Times if we had a newspaper. It'd be everywhere. God, I mean, everyone's talking about us. It's the buzz of people. Who left the pig gates open?
Somebody's done a dastardly deed and it's failed. So from now on I should check the things last thing at night and make sure they are properly secure.
Tricky one. Blame it on the Tarrant ghost. It's probably safest.
The latest post has brought worrying news for one of the castaways.
Right, but I can tell in your voice you're in a lot of pain.
Tammy's received a letter from her mother telling her that she's been taken into hospital.
Oh, don't. If you can't write to me, don't. You know, I totally understand. Just make sure that somebody just sends me a 2-sentence line if necessary, just so I know how you're going.
Serious illness in the family is one of the few reasons that a castaway is allowed to make a call on the emergency satellite phone.
Yeah, it's brilliant here. So I'm in the midst of a few tears my end, so I'll probably put the phone down and have a good cry. I'm trying not to now so that I can talk to you. You know, never once have I thought I wanted to go home. But on this one occasion, I just very much like to go home for 5 minutes and just give her the hug I need to give her. and then come back. I don't want to go home for good. I just need to tell her the things she needs to hear. And just at the moment, it's impossible. I send the most biggest hug I can down this telephone, which was what I'd really like to personally give it to you, but I can't. So, just okay. Just remember, no matter what, no matter where I am, I love you lots. Okay. Well, I better go, because I'm gonna crack up. All right? Okay. You look after yourself. All right? Okay, I love you. Bye. She's crying, I'm crying. Oh, I just feel so much better having spoken to her. Because you can tell from her voice she's not well. But at the same time, she's thank you. But at the same time, I now know what it is, and they're trying to deal with it, which might take a while. But she was so happy. I think it just made her day. So this is the first time that I feel very cut off and very isolated. But I know she must be feeling the same in a hospital bed.
Busy morning so far, and it's, 11:05. It started with Ray issuing me a threat, basically, that he had three tapes with filming on it, and that he didn't want me to film him leaving the island, and that therefore if I did film him leaving the island, he would not return the 3 tapes.
We're going to follow the camera person just in case he doesn't like being filmed.
You think it really takes an hour to do?
Ray?
Yeah?
Oh, hang on.
No, turn that off. No, turn it off.
Well, I've got to ask you about...
Well, just ask me without camera.
Well, that's what this is about, isn't it?
Turn the camera off.
You know I've got to film everything, Ray.
Turn the camera off.
That's my
You don't
job
want me
here.
to
That's my job here, is to film everything, isn't it?
Yeah, but not me. I'm not a part of the project.
But you are,
Ray.
Hang on, keep out of it. I said I'm not a part of the project, so put the camera down.
Well, you still are, Ray.
Put the camera down. You've got a difficult job, love.
Just be careful.
All the castaways have agreed that they'll give 2 months' notice if they decide they want to leave. This is so the community, the production team and expert advisors have time to talk through their reasons. But just 3 days after first stating he wanted to leave, Ray is in the farmhouse asking the production team to take him off the island immediately.
Ray?
Ray definitely wants to go. He wants to go it his own way, so you've got to let the guy do his thing, even though you might want to, you know, film this, film that. If somebody doesn't want film and that's it, there's nothing you can do, and there's no point running in there and ending up getting smacked.
Hi. What colour is it?
You have a camera?
I have a camera. Afraid to go to let me film him.
Ron, look at that.
Put in line.
Look at my workbench.
Yeah.
That's great. That's brilliant workbench.
Don't have it in mine.
Under what conditions?
I'll give you a load more names anyway.
No conditions, just that I can film him.
It makes the filming what it shouldn't be. You know, exactly what it shouldn't be. Something that's, you know, very surreptitious and confidential and under lock and key.
Ray calls the production team in Glasgow to discuss his demands.
Well, I just want to say, you know, I spoke to somebody, and they give me a list to give me a list of what to say to you. Well, number one, I want to be off the island as soon as possible by boat or copter. 2, I want travel arrangements here to home. Right. 3, I want the end of the project fee, plus for the time wasted, we'll come to some agreement over that. Right, no, hang on, Paul, let me finish. Number 4, if you agree to my conditions, I will not talk to the press, and I will give Lion all material, films, diaries, journals, for the book, what I have on the mainland. It's not blackmail. It is not black.
And you know, I'm obviously stuck in the middle of it all.
Well, I'll have to ask Becky to order this.
Ray returns to his room to await a response.
You know, I spent 2 months having a friendship with Ray, and within a matter of hours, he can become aggressive towards me. Now, that's not what I call friendship.
Well, I've never let Tanya film me for the last fortnight. She represented Lion. I didn't trust her.
You know, I did really care for Ray. And I still do. And to me, it has nothing to do with me being the filmmaker here, him switching towards me. I've taken it personally.
There was just something about her. She was come over nice 1 minute, come over business-like another minute. Was a bit deep another minute, so I thought she's quite got an head on her shoulders for a young girl, so I just didn't want her filming me.
So, although I'm sad to see him go, you know, I can't help admitting that I'll feel easier when he's not here. Ray? Ray, can you open the door? It's locked.
Locked?
Yeah.
No key?
No key. I think Ray might have it.
Okay, Ray's on the phone, so we're going to wait here because he wants to talk privately. Ray. So we're going to wait here till he's finished.
An hour after his last call, Ray's asked Roger to call the production company again.
Ray is about to phone a paper. He wants you to know that you have a final chance. Now, I'm sorry, you cannot ask me to dysfunction this phone.
Must be stupid, that fella.
No, Chris, stop this. Stop it. Stop it.
Just put the phone down and I'll phone the paper. I've had enough of him.
Let me just ask him this. Did you agree to wait till 4 o'clock for the BBC to give you an answer?
I did.
Right, well, don't you stick by... You do stick by your word, don't you?
I do stick by my word, but I don't trust them as far as I could throw them. So, if you put the phone down now...
But Ray, man to man, if you said that you would wait till 4, surely you should stick with that. I'm putting Ray back on to you.
Hello? No, I'm going over on my own. I'm going back by boat alone. And when I get home, then you will hear from me then.
It seems, from what he said and from what others have inferred, though I wouldn't want to put my hand on the Bible to this, that he's been basically gearing up to sell his story from day one.
No, I have done no listen to me. Now listen, I'm going to put the phone down in a minute. I have done no Hang on, I'm not going into contract, right? I'm just saying I'm going home alone, on the boat, or just gross misconduct, yeah? Right, that's okay with me. Yeah, of course it is. Oh, I understand, yeah. Bye. Karen, what can you do to some people, eh?
All of a sudden he's said, right, that's enough, I've got my argument with the television company and it's in the hands of my lawyers and it's out of my hands now, and, you know, it's the contract this and the contract that. And I actually don't believe him. I think he's probably had this planned. He's probably got some deal with a newspaper company and he thinks he's going to make a lot of money out of it.
I'm going off this island. And I'm going off that, even if I got to swim it. But when I go swimming, I'll leave a letter, don't worry, to cover everybody. And the onus will be on them.
And he's actually said to some people, don't worry, I won't mention you. Implying that he's going to sell his story, dish the dirt on who he feels like dishing the dirt on, and presumably on Line TV and the BBC as well. And it's not really in the spirit of things, not the way I envisaged it. It's mercenary, egotistical, self-interested.
Is that a Daily Mirror, love? Could you put me through to one of your news editors, please?
3 hours before the agreed deadline and against the community's rules, Ray uses the emergency phone to call a newspaper.
It's Ray Bowyer. I'm one of the castaways on Tarrantay. What's happened, I've had a disagreement with Lion Television, you know, about breach of contract. And they holding me on this island by my will.
Against you?
Against my will, sorry. And they're just going to try to cut the phones off, you see, because they're frightened of me talking to the papers. And they just used us just to get 5 minutes of rotten television.
It's a shame that he took somebody else's place who would have come here and enjoyed it and been here for a year and loved it.
Yeah, I'm up for it. Get me off.
Maybe the quicker he's off the island, it's better for him and everybody else, so we can all settle down to a bit of normality. That's, if you can call this normal.
Right, well, I'll be here waiting for you at the schoolhouse. Bye.
But Ray's plans are thwarted. Bad weather sets in and neither the production team nor the newspaper can get across to Tarrantay to collect him.
Although I'm angry with him, I feel quite sorry for him as well, because he's just aimlessly wandering as this solitary figure on the beach with his hat and his big jacket on. He's given away all of his possessions and he's just wandering on the beach looking for a boat.
Well, I, for one, will really miss his presence. I think it's really sad to see somebody go at this early stage. But I'm not even going to try and talk him out of it, because I think it's up to him to decide for himself, and plenty of people have tried and failed. We'll miss you, Ray, basically.
I'd like to say it's a shame. Well, I suppose it is in some ways, but I'd like to say I miss him. I would miss him. And I won't. Sorry, Ray. You're not all bad, but you're not all good either.
But early the next morning, the weather eases and a boat arrives. Ray gives Tanya the slip one last time.
Ray's leaving.
Well, Ray's got up early, and his friends from the press, I presume, have come to collect him. And he nearly fell in the sea, but he didn't.
It's
just like the end of a spy story, isn't it? You know, he thinks he's free and then they give you the crack of a rifle and it falls off the seat.
I've tried to tell him so many times what he was going back to, but he doesn't seem to. Don't know. Maybe he secretly knows. This is the big thing here. He might be having the last laugh, but I think it might be the papers. I think he's just thrown himself to the sharks. I really do.
It's so sad they should have took Ron as well. I'm gutted. Rosemary, get on the next one. It's got leather trim. Roger's already gone in the first trip, and he said keep the kids.
Maybe they're trying to give Ray CPR.
They give him a bag of chips and he's had a heart attack. Bag of chips and a carton of curry.
Maybe somebody's making Glenmorangie.
Get the story first.
Poor old Raymundo. Couldn't quite hack it. It's a shame.
It's like they've stolen him. That was such a sad sight. Him kind of in his big coat with hat and scarf, kind of punched up in the back with all these kind of, well, media sharks all around him.
He's gone like a lamb to the slaughter. I think Ray thinks it's a big, big major story. This, but they're going to eat him alive. Jeez.
Since Ray's departure, thoughts on the island have returned to more everyday issues.
I'm telling you, I know the way that's gonna go.
As spring arrives, work on the island is becoming more organised. But sparks continue to fly over other aspects of life in the community.
For the last 2 weeks, I've had nothing but little rumours flying around.
Whoever wants to say to me in face and say tomorrow. If they don't want to say it, well, off.
I love Tonti!
With 8 months still to run, the Castaway experiment is far from over.